Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Saunders. I've been talking to you about vocabulary, and now we're going to move into how to record your vocabulary so that you can have it built into your memory and also have it handy to study. We're going to use the Frayer method this year. I have a different version of it than some other teachers use, so it may be a little different than what you're going to be introduced to later or you've seen before, but it's pretty much the same. The way we're going to use it is to use spirals. So get out your vocabulary spiral and open to your very first page. You can either watch, and when I get completed with it, you can copy it, or you can do it with me as we go. The reason you're going to do it in the very first page of your spiral is so that you can refer to it throughout the year. So draw a line, it doesn't have to be perfect, along the middle of the book, right about where that second hole is. And then draw another line with like 2 lines right about there so that you can write a sentence in those 2 lines later on. And then the middle of the page, draw a line from the top and stop about right there. And kind of estimate where about the middle would be. No need counting lines, it takes too much time. You're going to find this year that we don't waste a lot of time doing little things, piddling around. We've got too much to learn. So you're going to have pretty much a page that looks like that. Then you've got the bottom, which is going to be held for another word. But this is just the example today. So where do we put the word? Well, we put it near the top. So you write, today we're just going to use the word word to give an example of what to do and what goes where. So in the word box, you're going to give a common definition. And when I say common definition, I mean just that. We're not going to look it up in the dictionary. We're going to take it right out of the text that you're using. You're going to use context clues to help you understand that word, and that's the word definition that you're going to put in there. For instance, the word bank has many definitions. And if you're reading about a riverbank, it has a whole different definition than the kind of bank where you go put money in. So you want to make sure that your definition is the one that goes with what you're reading so that you'll make that connection throughout your life. And remember, you're building words in your own memory bank, which is another kind of bank, so that you can have these to use in speaking and in writing and to build your educational knowledge of these words. So we want to make them practical. And remember what I said in the other video is that you are going to need to learn many words this year, and to become an educated person, you want to have as many words at your disposal to choose from in your writing and in your reading. So a common definition or an explanation, kind of the same thing, of the word. That goes in the first box. And then in the second box, next to it, you're going to do a little bit more of the same. You're going to give some usages of the word or how it applies. And you can even put some synonyms and antonyms in here. Sorry. Synonyms and antonyms if they happen to work. I used to make kids put synonyms and antonyms, and sometimes you're stretching for a word that's an antonym, and you kind of make up one that's kind of not even a word. So only if you have them handy, if they come to you, if it applies. And then down in the next boxes are kind of the fun boxes for some kids, because this is where you get to draw a little picture and you give an example. Now I'm not going to give an example of the word because that's not a very easy word to draw a picture of. So I'm just going to say like a stick figure here of a guy and whatever the example would be. So if the word was a bank, a river bank, you'd show a little river here, but we're not going to because this is just your example. And then a non-example, the opposite of what the word means. And that's kind of where you get your antonym from and synonym, but they're not with words. So this guy's doing the opposite of that guy. He's either dead or asleep. So then, now you've got your word, you've got your definition, you've got the ways to use the word, got a picture, because some people relate better to pictures, and it helps your brain to create those pictures, and you'll remember it longer. And then you need a sentence. It can be the sentence from the text that you read, but it would be better if you could create a sentence that you can relate to. So I'm just going to say, write a sentence using the word, and then I'm going to put another sentence here. It needs to be 7 words long, because here's what kids have done. The word might be bank. There is a bank, period. Now, that doesn't describe the word. So you want your sentence to have something to do with describing the word. I should have said write a sentence using the word in description, but I didn't. So you're just going to need to remember that you're describing the word. So if the word is bank, you could say, the boy climbed the bank of the river to get out of the water, or the river bank was full of mucky grass. I don't know. I'm just talking off the top of my head. You get the idea. Always use proper grammar, complete sentences, capitals, periods, and all that. So there you go. That's how we use the Frayer method. And the next thing I'll show you is an example of one of your upcoming vocabulary words. Thanks.